Hey everybody, I want to talk about this fake boxing playoffs that's happening in boxing right now. I first saw this last year, but I did not understand it. But I understood it when Roger Mayweather said that Manny Pacquiao needed to fight Timothy Bradley before he fought Floyd Mayweather. Also, Floyd Sr. said, Floyd Mayweather Sr. said that Pacquiao needed to fight Alvarez or Robert first. And I said, that's a hustle. I finally got it. You're robbing it. I finally understood it, right? See, they're trying to place a playoffs into boxing with no playoff scheme, with no playoff landscape. You see my point? It's they're doing it's like back in the day, right? Like in the history of boxing, I guess you could say promoters, boxing promoters used to put on boxing tournaments, right? They would have, this guy fight that guy, and if that guy beats that guy, then he fights this guy. You see my point? And it made sense. It was like the NFL playoffs, right? That's back in it. That's. I mean, we saw it with the 168 division recently. Carl Froch, Kessler, excuse me, Mikhail Kessler, and Andre Ward, and all these different fighters. They all fought each other. Bika, right? They all fought each other, and we found out who was the best, and it was Andre Ward, right? That makes sense. But see, Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, and now everybody else is following the trend too. But Mayweather, he's fighting for money, and the way that he's doing it is it's not through legacy, it's through just finding just just trying to find the biggest money guy right there and fight him, right? And he's doing it 2 times a year now. He was doing it only 1 time a year, now he's doing it 2 times a year. So the landscape isn't a playoff landscape. So he's trying to pretend like this is a playoff landscape when it's not. So basically, you're hustling us. You're robbing the public, and nobody's saying nothing. No boxing channel, no commentator, no boxing sports analyst has said anything about this. In fact, the guys that I remember, the guys that like ESPN and uh, I've seen certain boxing channels say this. They've tried to, make up this fake playoff scenario and actually support it to make more money. And it's robbing the public. It's a lie. It doesn't work. Think about this. Last year, I said that Floyd should fight Austin Trout, right? I said that. I said that makes so much sense. Floyd beat Miguel Cotto. He was the main guy. Floyd beat the main guy, which was Miguel Cotto, and Austin Trout got his shot, and he beat the main guy, Miguel Cotto. So now Austin Trout and Floyd Mayweather should fight each other, right? Makes sense to me. And guess what? Canelo, he's WBC champion. He's the fourth guy on the rise. He should fight um, Cotto to see if he's proven enough. And then whoever wins those matches, excuse me, they should fight each other, right? So let's say if Floyd beat Trout and then Cotto beat well, if Canelo beat Cotto, then Canelo and Floyd should fight each other because that's a playoff eliminator. That's more like a playoff system. But what ended up happening was somehow Trout had to fight Canelo, and then Cotto he was just he was just like abandoned basically, and then Floyd fought somebody else in a whole different division, and then all of a sudden Canelo's the main guy. You see my point? It's That's not a playoff landscape. You're just move, you're just moving around. That's not a playoff landscape. So Um, yeah, it's a hustle, man. Don't fall into the. I mean, so they're trying to do the same. So they're trying to do the same thing to Manny Pacquiao, and it's robbing the public. You're trying to say that, well, if he loses to Timothy Bradley, then he cannot fight Floyd Mayweather, because that's what Roger Mayweather said. He said that he needs to go fight Timothy Bradley. So hopefully, if he loses to him, then Floyd ain't got to fight him no more. You see, I told y'all that's the way to cherry pick and duck around other opponents. I said that. Remember, I told y'all that before. That's a way to duck. That's a way to cherry pick. So, um, he's that's I mean he's fighting for money. He should do exactly what we say, because otherwise we're just gonna get left out again. If you're gonna fight for money, then you need to fight exactly who we say, and you need to fight the guy who has the most money, because they're trying to call this fake playoff scheme, and it's not a playoff scheme. So otherwise, I mean, you're just robbing everybody basically, and you're ruining the sport. We don't know if Canelo can beat Cotto yet, because they have not fought. We don't know if Trout can beat Floyd yet, because they have not fought. It's just a fake playoff system. It's and even back and even in history, right? Everybody would still find a way to fight each other. So even if they did have these tournaments, most of the opponents still fought each other. So I mean, now we're just I mean, I don't know how come no one has seen this. I mean, I don't know why nobody has talked about this yet. So this is a huge problem in boxing. I want to hear your opinions about this. You know, I said that Manny Pacquiao should fight Floyd next. That should happen, but you know, I guess not. You know, I guess they're just gonna cherry pick around each other still, and go fight somebody else. So, whatever. I'm out.